your political theater to Texas.
This is not about political theater.
And it was more political theater than anything.
It's nothing more than pure political theater.
It's pure political theater.
Chat! I'm back! I'm back! I am back! Oh my gosh, you may notice the sun has been good to me. Can we just talk about this for a second? Can we just talk about your girl went on a cruise, your girl got some sun, your girl is feeling good. Your girl has a headache, but I just took some Spanish Excedrin. So whenever I go to Mexico, I stock up on medications because they're cheap. All kinds of stuff that you get from the pharmacies, right, is super cheap. A box of tampons is $4. It's great. So I stocked up on headache medication, my folic acid, some iron, omeprazole because I have acid reflux disease. Listen to me. Stocked up, like I'm talking stocked up, $30. It was great. It's fantastic. And Mexico is one of the countries that we stopped at. I love Mexico. I love Mexico so much. See, so my face looks relaxed. See, that's what happens when I get color. That's what happens when I don't walk around looking like a ghost. It's political theater with your girl, Dr. T. I'm going to bring in our perpetual side John. Dr. H. Side John. That's a Philly thing. It's a Philly thing.
It's a Philly thing. Can I say John? Or is that just you guys can say John and I should?
You can say John. So, I did this whole thing where I was asking people like what their version of, New York is a joint, that joint is dope. In Philly is that John. In DC is that Joan, that joint. There's something. In Memphis is Junt.
Okay.
So Ebonics has Ebonics has dialects.
Yeah, absolutely.
It has regional dialects, which I love. Yes. That's the beauty of it.
We're complex people.
Chat, Dr. Hall. Say
hello to the chat. Hello. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Welcome back.
We're good.
To the show she almost forgot about until I reminded her we had a show today.
Why you gotta tell people that? Get off my show. You're allowed to tell people these things.
One in the chat if I'm supposed to be here.
All right. Dr. Hall.
Oh, already a 2.
Right. Because what the hell? Get him out of here.
Go. Already.
Put a 2 in the chat if you gotta go. All right. So I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back with the jump off. We got a bunch of things to talk about today. We're gonna do some quick hits. We got one larger story that is big. Let me put my phone on D&D. Okay. So what's going on? Donald Trump had a meltdown last night. Let me pull up his Truth Social post here. Okay. So for those who were not up at 2:00 in the morning and logged on to Truth Social, you may have missed that Donald Trump had a meltdown. I don't know what else to call it. He had some feelings, right?
Yeah.
So he posts, shockingly, our brilliant NATO ally, the United Kingdom, is currently planning to give away the island of Diego Garcia, the site of a vital U.S. military base, to Mauritius. I want to make sure I pronounce that right. And to do so for no reason whatsoever. There's no doubt that China and Russia have noticed this act of total weakness. These are international powers who only recognize strength, which is why the United States of America, under my leadership, is now, after only 1 year, respected like never before. First of all, the parenthetical statements, all the extra commas, my guy.
Hey, who doesn't love a good comma?
That is some neurodivergence there. Anyway,
yes, that is.
The UK giving away extremely important land is an act of great stupidity. and is another in a very long line of national security reasons why Greenland has to be acquired.
Mhm.
Denmark and the European allies have to do the right thing.
Do the right
Thank you
thing.
for your attention to this matter.
There
Now,
you go.
Dr. Hall,
Yes.
Dr. Hall,
Mhm.
so obviously, this sounds ridiculous, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Just last year, this was something that the United States supported.
Mm.
In fact, I'm going to look here. It was May 22nd. Let me show the chat because sometimes, you guys think that I'm making things up. I'm not making things up. I'll tell you the truth. Here we go. I posted it on my Facebook today. May 22nd, 2025, U.S. support for UK and Mauritius agreement on the Chagos Archipelago.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was Joe Autopin Biden who did that.
We commend both the United Kingdom and Mauritius for their leadership, vision, and commitment to ensure that Diego Garcia remains fully operational for the duration of this agreement. We look forward to working closely with both governments to strengthen our collaboration in support of regional peace and stability.
Mm.
Dr. Hall, am I tripping?
Yeah, maybe.
He just said this thing that he came up with is stupid.
Well, in his most limited defense, he is upset about a Nobel Peace Prize. So he's got.
Dr. Hall, is this when I get to gloat?
Yeah, I mean, you want to do it now?
Let's do it now.
Let's do it now.
Guys, I get to gloat. Because, chat, if you recall, your girl said way back in the way back.
Yes.
What did I say, Dr. Hall?
Not that long ago.
I said. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull it up.
Go ahead.
Damn it. I'm going to pull it up, Dr. Hall.
Bring the receipts. Bring the receipts. You got receipts.
Because, no, I'm going to take too long for me to find it. But anyway, everybody knows that I said.
You said.
That she was the only way that Donald Trump was upset because Machado got the Peace Prize.
Yes.
He's holding a grudge because remember when the whole thing with Maduro went down and
he holding a grudge.
She was supposed to be the person that the United States would have installed. If it was Obama, he would have installed Machado.
Absolutely.
If it was Harris, they would have installed Machado. Because I just wanted to make sure everybody understands, Dr. Howard, because sometimes people don't pay attention to me.
Yes, but you did.
This is a point, and this is a point that I need to make, and then we'll go back into my gloating. I posted this the other day, but the main issue that comes up when this discussion about Trump versus Harris is that people are thinking primarily about domestic policy, which would have been different, right? In many ways, it would have been different. The ICE stuff would have been the same, but it would have been largely different. Foreign policy would not. And so people are now starting to pay attention to Venezuela, but folks like myself have been paying attention to Venezuela for the last 20 years. The United States has consistently had some stuff going on with Venezuela, okay? The United States was meeting with Maduro and Chavez, okay, trying to work things out. Oh, they're dictators, but you're negotiating with dictators because you care about this oil, right? The United States and Venezuela, this is a long time coming. So when you see the people in the streets talking about, they're standing up for Venezuela, they're anti-imperialism. They don't want the U.S. coming in and invading. And this has been a consistent sentiment for decades. This is not new. A lot of people are new to it because people don't pay attention to foreign policy and foreign actions. Same way they ignored all the horrible things that President Obama did to kind of keep him in this light in their cult of Obama. Check my video on my page.
Yeah.
But with Harris and Trump, their foreign policy would have been the same. The United States would still be doing this. This has been in the works for a long time.
Yeah.
So I think that because most people are focused on their own personal lives and their own lives here, they care more about the domestic policy, which would be different. But there are those of us who are anti-imperialism, and we hate the fact that the United States is the biggest threat to the entire world and has been. Doesn't matter who the president is, right?
United States
So Right. So when I say that Harris would have installed Machado, it is because we recognize that regardless of who the president is, the United States interferes with elections, with governments, installs the people it wants to suit its own needs, uses force as necessary. And the only main difference is that Trump puts everything on social media because he thinks this is a reality show. And that's why I keep bringing up the Hunger Games, because if anybody remembers, the main theme of the Hunger Games is about our obsession with reality television. I think that's the part that people forget, is that the underlying, this came out at the time when reality television was peaking because of the writer's strike and all those things. Suzanne Collins wrote a whole series making a commentary on our obsession with reality television and how it distorts reality and how it will eventually be the downfall of all of us. And so Trump's difference, why Trump is different from Obama, because if another one of you people comes forward and says that Obama did things the right way, get the out of my face. Obama's ICE had people being snatched from their homes too. And I just posted the other day, Dr. Hall, I know I'm on a little bit of a rant, but you got to rock with me.
Talk your talk.
I've been drinking.
Talk your talk.
I will never forget. I was flying into LaGuardia, and this was back when I lived in New York City, right? I didn't leave New York City till 2016. I was flying back in LaGuardia. Those of you know, you could at LaGuardia, you get the M60. You could take it from LaGuardia. It goes into Manhattan across 125th Street. The reason why that's a good bus is because all the major train lines have a 125th Street stop. So I would take it over to 125th and Lenox, hop on the 2, go up to the Bronx.
There you go.
I'm on that damn bus, and the goddamn ICE folks rush the bus and are demanding to see people's papers. They didn't ask me. They asked the Latino workers that were leaving the airport and kind of, going home and returning home. They pulled that damn bus over. They jumped on, and everybody was scared and nervous. And they were going, this was during Obama. And so while a lot of people that live in the Midwest or in these other kinds of areas that didn't witness that firsthand, they want to talk about, well, Obama didn't do this, Obama didn't do it. He absolutely did. Go watch my video on the cult of Obama where I talk about this. Obama and Biden had children defending themselves with no representation. 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds sitting in court defending themselves, unable to speak English. That was all of them. So we have to remind people that this foreign policy shit is consistent across the parties. So yes, absolutely, Harris would have installed Machado. But what I said, Dr. Hall, is that he was snubbing her because of this Nobel Peace Prize. Because he's been on a campaign for this since even before he got elected, really, honestly. And so when she got it, he was like, oh, well, no, bitch, no, you got it. No. I mean, not gonna happen. And so then I said, what did I say? I said she would have to give him the Nobel Peace Prize and get them to award it to him in order for something to change. Dr. Hall, what did she end up doing? Tell the chat, what did she end up doing?
She brought the Nobel Peace Prize to the White House and handed it to him personally.
Let's watch the video, Dr. Hall. Let's watch the hold on.
Let's do it.
Hold on.
Holding.
Let's go back to the beginning here. What is she saying here? Let's watch this chat. Can you guys hear?
Presented the President of the United States the medal of the Nobel Peace Prize.
They will never give me a Nobel Peace Prize. I think I'm going to get a Nobel Prize for a lot of things if they gave it out fairly, which they don't. I can't think of anybody in history that should get the Nobel Prize more than me.
Cannot change owners, but the title, prize.
We can change owners, but the title will not.
Yeah.
Basically. Dr. Hall.
Yeah.
I have dignity. Do you have dignity?
For the most part. In most situations.
Do you understand what shame is?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Do you have some pride?
I do have pride in myself and my actions, typically.
There we go. There we go. I'm just making sure you're on the right show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ain't no way in hell
Mm.
I would do that.
No.
So now they're saying that it's a political move because she's afraid of the United States bombing Venezuela, which
Yeah.
they've shown they've already done, right?
They literally just did it. They did it on a holiday.
They killed dozens of Cubans. They killed dozens of Venezuelans. They already did it. They don't give a shit.
Yeah. They did it on a holiday.
But remember my theory before about Maduro surrendering himself. Notice we haven't heard anything about Maduro in the news. When was the last time we heard about Maduro?
Just nothing else to say.
I have not heard a word since the last time I was on this show, actually.
Right. Before the holiday.
That's how I went on a whole vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Went to Honduras.
Yep.
My 40th country, by the way. Shout out to
Hey,
you.
look at you.
We haven't heard anything about
Zero.
him.
They kidnapped the whole president and nothing to say.
Clock it. So remember my theory about him surrendering himself to stave off, bombing of his people. And I think she's functioning in the same way. Her people are different people than his people, but they're all Venezuelans, right?
Right.
And so she wants that job. She wants to be the president. And so she's trying to do all the things that she can do to get that position. Even this performative, I'm going to give it to him so he can hold it kind of thing. Dr. Hall, do you remember when we were young? Now we're both Gen X, a little bit different from these younger folks. They don't really know what it's. People would steal shit from each other because they wanted to have it.
Yeah.
But it still wasn't the same as having it. Remember in Friday where he was like,
it's like it's both ours.
It's like both ours. You could just,
but you could keep it at your house.
That's exactly. I wish I had that clip pulled up. That's exactly what this is, Dr. Hall.
Yeah. Mama said I got to come back and get the bike because it's like it's both ours.
Where is Maduro and his wife?
He's a whole president. Yeah.
A whole president.
I mean,
with streets full of people,
mm-hmm.
with streets full of people saying our president, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why the narrative around him being an illegitimate president rubs me the wrong way, because the United States has crafted this whole narrative about dictators and all these kinds of things. We have a dictator right now. Like, what are they even talking about? But you can't look at all them people talking about give us back our president and say that these people didn't vote for him.
Yeah.
Like,
some of those people did vote for him. Some of those people did vote for him.
They support him.
Yeah.
Right? But the dictator idea largely comes from the wealthier class, the upper class folks who don't want their wealth taken and redistributed to the poor people, right? That's how it goes. But I'm not going to get into that right now. Anyway,
but
I just wanted to.
It does help that Trump himself said that the Greenland thing is because he's upset about the Nobel Peace Prize. So he has admitted that he's petty in court.
Let's get into Greenland. Let's get into Greenland because that's a great segue. So first of all, I just want to show y'all something funny, just because I just think this shit is funny. So in Greenland, what's going on in Greenland? While I pull this up, give everybody a summary of what's going on in Greenland.
The president has said he wants Greenland. It has moved from, as with all declarations by 45, 47. He first makes a joke about it, and then something like moves, and then he just starts saying, I'm going to for real take Greenland. And today he went on the news and said, wait and see what I'm about to do with Greenland, because who gonna stop me? Who gonna check me?
Right. So the idea that we need to be in Greenland, we need that land to protect from Russia.
Mm-hmm.
But then he appoints Vladimir Putin to his Gaza Peace Committee.
Yeah.
He invited Putin over.
Yeah. Well, you don't want the Chinese getting too close. The Chinese or the Russians might get too close. So we got to protect.
Let's watch this, because I thought this was funny. I'm big on signifying. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back.
Oh.
My favorite genre of video these days is other countries making fun of Americans. I mean, that's hilarious to me.
It's only fair. We pipe them all of our entertainment, so at some point they will clock us.
Yep.
And, have us dead to rights. Like, you know, unfortunately.
So here's the thing I know about Trump is that he gets seriously focused on things. He zeroes in on things obsessively, right? Again, I don't diagnose people, but there's some stuff going on with him where he gets wildly fixated on things and won't let it go. Like he will not let it go. And isn't he a Cancer? Is he a Cancer or a Gemini? His birthday's Flag Day. So that's Gemini.
I was going to say, he seems like a Gemini. He's got big Gemini energy.
He's got big Gemini. Yeah, he's got big Gemini energy. So that explains some of the obsessiveness, right? But he won't let shit go.
No.
I just want to pause real quick. Everybody hit that like button. Make sure that you all hit that like button. That lets the algorithm know that you actually like this show.
Yeah.
If you are new here and you just happen to pop in and you are not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. Dr. Ho, I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers and I can't make moves. So just if you're not subscribed, and everybody double check.
Let's get
because
those numbers
sometimes
up.
you might think that you're subscribed to my channel, but I need like 5,000 subscribers so I can try to get monetized, and let's get this thing going. I don't know about the
those
cursing.
numbers up.
I'm gonna keep cussing.
Hey,
but I've seen cussing folks monetized.
That's what we're here for.
Shout out to everybody on Facebook. I see you all with the likes on Facebook. I really appreciate you for tuning in. Whatever. So the Greenland thing, it's really okay. So my biggest thing as a Black woman, as a Black woman historian, is just I sit back and I'm just like, all these major pissing contests throughout history, so much of it is sword fighting, right?
Hey.
It's the patriarchy manifesting itself in these often weak men who just need the clout, need to feel powerful.
Yes.
And they basically pull out their dicks and fight with each other.
Well, how are you going to know who has the biggest?
It's like who can piss the farthest.
Yeah.
So and that's like, how much land can we acquire?
All of it.
Right.
Like any true colonizer, you wanna acquire as much as you can.
So yes, I thought the reason for wanting Greenland is a combination of Arctic security, natural resources for tech, and potentially a place for the tech fascists to build network states. Yes, but also the narrative is so that we can have a stronghold to defend us from Russia. That's what they keep saying, because of the proximity of Greenland to Russia and stuff like that. They're afraid. Remember, everybody, Russia has more nukes than we do. Hundreds more nukes than we do.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes Russia the real superpower. Because 7 nukes pointed in the right directions, the world ends.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do people understand that, Dr. Ho?
I mean, they keep making movies about it. Wasn't the last Mission Impossible about that? About the nukes?
Mission Impossible always be telling all their business. See, this is the thing. This is why I don't understand why people don't have these broader imaginations. People give me credit because they're like, she's been saying this. Katie just said today, she's like, Feminista Jones has been saying this stuff for 10 years. That's because Feminista Jones reads.
A lot.
Feminista Jones watches films.
So many films.
Feminista Jones taps in to the imaginations of creative people, right? And creative people tend to have that panic room that we escape to because we've had trauma, and that's what makes us creative. So we go into our little mental escape room and we come up with these ideas because of pattern recognition. So when people are making a film like Minority Report or writing books like that, they're tapping into prescience, right? Listen to them.
Hey.
Sylvan Collins wrote an entire series
there you go.
that we are currently living out. Neil Shusterman, the Unwind Histology, wrote an entire series about how the United States went to civil war over abortion. We're living that right now.
Kinda.
I think some new names in the chat. If you're new in the chat, if this is like your first time or whatever, hit a 1 in that chat. Let's recognize our new people. Let's recognize our new people.
Yeah, there you go.
Don Lemon floated the theory that he heard about Trump wanting to be on Mount Rushmore, and one of the main qualifiers is expansion. Absolutely.
He is doing a rabbit run of all the achievements that a president can get. He's trying to get literally all of them at one time, which is like, dude, slow down. You're not even earning anything.
Katie makes a great point. A lot of our nuclear tech is old too.
Yes.
That's also important. So the United States is insecure in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
Russia has the bigger dick, Dr. Hall.
We're not sure we can get it up anymore. It's been a while.
Not sure we can get it up. So we've got new people. We've got DeMario is a jerk. Bronwyn Stoddard. Kalisa Hamid. Am I saying your name? Kalisa Hamid. Yes, welcome.
Yeah.
Riel J, Nina
First
Fair.
time.
Let's shout out to everybody that is new to the chat.
Welcome
We're
to the show.
Tuesdays. I'm here Tuesdays with Dr. Hall. Fridays I'm by myself.
Yep.
Dr. Hall has a life. That's okay.
I do other things.
He does other things. Okay, so let's keep going, Dr. Hall. What did the Nobel people say? Hold on. Let me see. Because they basically said hail to the no. Hail to the no.
Mm-hmm. Check yourself lest you wreck yourself.
No, let's see how he went in at he came for what was it, Denmark? Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
This is coming from X, I hate that site, but whatever. So the new POTUS letter to Jonas Gahr, who is the prime minister of the Norwegian Labour Party, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said, there's a letter. President Trump has asked the following message shared with the prime minister and be forwarded to named head of government state. Dear Jonas, considering your country decided to not give me the Nobel Peace Prize and have stopped 8 wars plus,
Mm-hmm.
I no longer, that sounds like other duties as assigned on a job.
Sure.
I no longer feel an obligation to think purely of peace, although it will always be predominant, but can now think about what is good and proper for the United States of America. That's why you're not getting the Nobel Peace Prize, you dumb shit.
Right.
Anyway,
right.
Denmark cannot protect the land from Russia or China. And why do they have the right of ownership anyway?
Hey, who gave you rights out here? Ain't nobody say you had rights?
It's out here.
Well, walk around thinking you got rights.
He said there are no written documents. It's only that a boat landed there hundreds of years ago.
If you don't want to see the producer all up in the videos, come on over to Death Row, is what he said.
That should not be this funny.
Hey.
We talk about boats randomly landing somewhere.
Hey.
With no official documents. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I thought a country without universal health care told another country something.
Ooh.
Told them they couldn't run a country.
Ooh. I thought a country that just canceled people's health insurance.
Right.
You're going to tell a country that takes care of, one thing about them, I've looked into different countries. You know what they do for the first year of a life of a baby? The family gets a nurse assigned. They get a big box full of stuff and new furniture and stuff for the babies. And they have nurses and social workers that come and check on them for up to 1 year. That's why they have one of the lowest infant mortality rates in the world. Imagine what it looks like to take care of your own people.
Imagine for a second. I heard they can't run a country though. I heard they don't know what they're doing from the vice president.
All right. So today there was a press conference, and your guy was doing,
he was just talking. He was up there talking.
He was just talking.
He was just saying stuff.
Let's pull this up.
Insane. They're killers, but they're insane. These are just in Minnesota, California. It's worse. In other states, it's worse. No, Minnesota, the crime is incredible. The financial crimes are incredible. And the problem is because of the agitators and insurrectionists, whatever you want, troublemakers.
Insurrectionists.
They're paid.
Always. Gotta give them a name.
Insurrectionists.
He's
Nobody talks about the fact that $19 billion at a minimum.
Delegitimize them.
Can we talk about how often I think this is how this got into the zeitgeist. He's the one who's always saying nobody talks about. Does anybody notice this?
Yes.
That he's been saying this for years now. And now all of a sudden that becomes a thing that people are using on social media. They don't even realize that they're being influenced in this way. This man.
Same way fake news.
Exactly. Fake news. in his hyperbole, nobody ever talks about.
Yeah.
That's why people are picking it up. They don't even realize they're getting this from him. Let's keep going.
Missing in Minnesota, given to a large degree by Somalians.
Ugh.
They've taken it. Somalians, can you imagine? And they don't do it. A lot of very low IQ people, they don't do it. Other people work it out, and they get them money, and they go out and buy Mercedes Benzes. And
Dr. Ha.
How do you say Somalian with a hard R? just wondering.
What is a money? Can I get one of those monies? Can I get one of those?
Hey.
Because if I can get a money and go get me a Benz.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
they come from here, they have no money. They never had money. They never had a life. They never had a government. They never had a country. Because there's basically no country. Somalia is not even a country.
Somalia is not even a country.
Not even a country.
Okay. All right.
They don't have anything that resembles a country. And if it is a country, it's considered just about the worst in the world. They come here and they become rich and they don't have a job.
Hey, I just want to point out that Israel just acknowledged Somaliland because they want to send the Palestinians there. They want to ethnically cleanse the region and send Palestinians that are in Gaza, send them to Somaliland. And that's why Trump continues to disparage this. It's very similar to how developers will pay people to commit crimes in cities and areas and neighborhoods to lower the property value.
Lower the value.
So they can go in and do this. All of this is about Netanyahu and his regime expelling Palestinians, and they feel like they found a place for them to go. And so it's on the United States to disparage Somali people and Somalia so that we don't notice that. Dr. Hall, I'm smart. I don't know.
Hey, I've heard good things. You're kind of a brilliant person.
I'm just saying, mark my words. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
All right. So what else we got, Dr. Hall? What else? Oh, there's babies.
Babies?
There's babies.
Hey, no, birth announcements. Yeah.
Birth announcements.
Cue up the birth announcements? I don't know. You might have heard some rumors about our vice president.
You might have heard some rumors
about what he might be doing sexually with people that might not be related to him.
And absolutely none of us needed to know this.
But to make sure that you didn't think that the rumors were true about, certain martyred political people's wives or Peter Thiel, so you didn't get confused and we could continue to promote family values, the vice president has sired another child, their fourth child, with Usha Vance, the second lady. So everybody just stop worrying about whether or not he is fully heterosexual. He is obviously heterosexual because he's getting a fourth child. And I don't know necessarily how his white brethren feel about him siring mixed race children, but like he's still making family children, like for the family is having children in a family. He's married, he's got a wife, and they make children together. So I mean, yeah, it's not mixing when like he's the president, vice president. I mean, so everybody just,
oh dear.
Don't worry. Everything's going to be okay.
Yes, my video is a little bit laggy sometimes, folks. Unfortunately, with the weather being what it is in my region, the internet has been very shaky. So I apologize, folks, for that. Katie, I actually feel like I need to be there, like very Handmaid's Tale. I need to watch that ceremony. I need to verify that the commander went into his wife and created this baby.
We shouldn't DNA test our Secret Service, and then make sure that they're not. Well, wait, I'm just saying, I'm not making it messy.
Not you suggested Julian is Blue Ivy's daddy.
I mean, just saying, sometimes they be around a lot, big old strong men with guns and black suits.
Said that the turkey face, you know what? I hate this chat.
Shout out to the chat.
Shout out to the messy ass chat.
Hey,
The actually progressive folks. So no, this is interesting, right? Okay, so
Mhm.
yes, we have to talk about this because Project 2025, all of the, you know, these MAGA folks, these extreme accelerationists, and
yes,
you know, all these folks pushing this idea that we need to have more children, more babies, things like
Right.
that, but also kind of making more babies. Didn't Dr. Oz just talk about more Trump babies?
yes.
He made that statement the other day that
Yeah.
you know we need more Trump babies.
Mhm.
I feel like
Ooh.
I'm living in an alternate reality
This is very much an alternate reality. We are in a reality TV show. I would like to cancel my subscription to this
Because-
season of America, because what is this?
I'm not paying for BET Plus for this.
Right. Right. Right.
I
thought-
just
Unfortunately, it came with Prime shipping, so I guess we're all trapped.
we're all kind of trapped.
We're all kind of trapped
But
because we wanted that one-day shipping.
this is not the only announcement, Dr. Ha.
No, there's more.
Erica Kirk just announced that she's also with child.
What?
And then
What?
Katie Miller.
Has it been that long?
Katie
How long has it
Miller.
been?
Well, first of all, Erica, well, not Erica, what's her name? Oh, that was a slip. Caroline's husband is her grandfather's age.
Mm.
So I don't trust at all that his geriatric semen had anything to do with this baby.
Oh,
That's the one we need to test for CI, you know, for Secret Service sperm.
uh-huh. Hey.
I am never getting monetized. Where's my banner? See, where are you at?
Does
You
Stephen
supposed
Miller
to
have
be
it?
remind me.
Stephen Miller is also having his fourth child.
Yes,
So 4 children. 4 children is the way to go.
4 children, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to repopulate
Yeah.
for the white
I
nation.
don't know if you've seen Stephen Miller in interviews, but you could tell very passionate gentleman.
That is a lizard.
Lizard person, a
Stephen
person.
Miller. No, I think Stephen Miller. Remember the lizard people?
Yeah,
From
V.
you know you Gen X. Remember the lizard
V.
people?
Yeah.
From V.
Yeah. I
Hold
remember
on,
V.
let me get a picture
I had
of that. Hold
nightmares.
on.
I had nightmares about a lizard baby. Remember in V, they had the
Oh my
lizard baby.
god. Oh my god.
Yeah. Totally broke my brain as a kid.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, no, he's scary.
This guy,
The worst
he's
person
about
you
to
could ever give
reproduce
power.
again.
Again, for the 4th time. We're doing it. Yeah.
All right. So that's 3, right?
3 babies.
And of course, we know that this is related to this idea that they have to continue to procreate, right? That they have to make more babies and they're trying to lead by example. Okay. And so it makes sense for them if they're trying to sell this narrative that people need to reproduce, particularly the young people, right? And it's interesting with Charlie Kirk being murked, Erica Kirk, who they tried to say was dating this football coach or whatever, but they hushed that real quick.
Mm.
You know, they're supposed to be making more babies. And so you've got this whole turning point, right? All these, you know, supporters, these members and things like that, they're all young people too, right? A lot of them are in college. They're of childbearing age. They're trying to get it into their minds.
Hey,
you need to be having
go
more babies
back. Why don't keep going to college? Get out of there.
because Gen Z
Mhm.
ain't like that, right?
No,
They're on the decline.
you're really going to ruin the economy if you guys don't get out and make bad decisions.
Gen Z ain't drinking alcohol.
Oh,
Gen Z ain't really having sex.
ruining industries.
Gen Z ain't leaving their house.
Ugh. They're not buying houses.
But you know one thing that Gen Z is doing?
What are they doing?
They're smoking.
Oh, well.
They're smoking.
Mm.
Gen Z is smoking.
Once again,
All
there's
right.
not enough of them to put in jail. I mean, come on. If you're not going to be in jail, go out there and make bad decisions, make more people, stimulate the economy, do what you have to do.
Do what you have to do to make more. And that's interesting. You know, they want to make more white babies, but then here's Usha having a baby after 40. Now, there's nothing wrong. A lot of women have babies.
It's called a geriatric pregnancy for a reason.
But she's also had 3 kids already. Sorry, I find it hard to believe that she wanted another one.
I would do it for the country that she wants to stay in. Anchor babies. Isn't that an anchor?
But also, you ain't finna ruin my reputation by everybody's talking about you cheating on me.
Hey, I mean, it's weird for her and Erica to be having a baby at the same time with the rumors. That's just strange.
Wait, you said Erica?
Erica?
What?
You said Erica Kirk earlier.
I did. Oh gosh.
Yeah. Did you ruin that? Did I? Is that not a real thing?
I don't know.
Nope.
Chat, is Erica Kirk pregnant?
No.
Oh my God.
Not substantiated.
All right. Let's get to my nigga Don Lemon.
Don Lemon.
Don Lemon is in controversy. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to say this to everybody. I watch Don Lemon every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Don Lemon is hit or miss. Don Lemon is a black gay man married to a white man.
Mm-hmm.
He has had some interesting politics. I think he's, independent. He's kind of in the middle, which I can appreciate, with that. Sometimes he says some things I've been like, other times he says some things and I'm like, and then since he was fired, right, he's now doing his own independent thing, very much like what I'm doing. He just has way more followers and supporters because he's Don Lemon. He built up this whole thing. Right? I'm gonna get there one day.
One day. Hey, like, share, and subscribe. Share the feed.
So, he has been doing his independent journalism. He's got his team. He's doing all the stuff. So I watch him. And so recently, he went and was given permission to cover an activist group that was planning a direct action. Now, when we talk about direct action, for those who don't know, it is a planned, organized event of disruption. And you've made a plan, you've probably trained for it, you've had meetings about it, you organize, you're getting together, and you're going to intentionally disrupt. It is like the when Claudette Colvin and Rosa Parks sat on the bus, when they went to they were doing the sit-ins at the bus. All of these are planned direct actions.
Yes.
So he was given permission to cover it as a journalist, right? Yeah. And so let's see what we got here. He's doing his Don Lemon on the scene, which he regularly does. He actually travels to different cities and different states.
Nakima is over.
So let's go back to the beginning.
Ice out! When I say ice out, I want y'all to say of Minnesota, because I want them to be very clear what we're doing.
Let's go around. Let's walk around.
Out of our city, right?
So let me just, if people didn't get to see this, just give the context that he comes to their meeting spot and he's covering it. As you can see, he's got his microphone and he's just there. They're doing their organizing. He's just there covering it.
Asking questions.
Ice out! Minnesota! 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 Ice out! Minnesota!
I want everybody to see that he's not chanting with them.
Not chanting.
He is there being an independent journalist, right?
Ice out! Minnesota! Ice out! Minnesota! Ice out!
Okay. So I'm going to forward to when he gets there to where they end up going. Mind you, the entire time, he's not revealing where these people are meeting. He's telling people, I'm not giving away where they're meeting. I was given permission to come and film, but I'm not revealing anything because I don't want to, disrupt what they're doing. Yeah.
And I'm just going to walk in, see what's happening. Okay.
So he goes in.
Photographing. I'm a journalist.
He's telling him, I'm a journalist.
This ain't God's house, it's the house of the devil.
Excuse me, sir. Can I get right here? Thank you. I'm sorry. So you can see the protesters here have gathered over here. They're in the middle of the church. So in the beginning of the church service, the pastor was speaking, and Nekima stood up and said her piece, and then the protesters surrounded her. But this is a clandestine mission.
Okay, I just want to say that I know Nekima, and I've worked on a project with her before. She is down for the cause, like legitimately down for the cause. Okay, and this is the kind of stuff that we see and that we recognize as intentional action. All these people talk about Black women are resting. No, we don't. We're not resting. We are applying pressure. We are organizing these kinds of things, and so this is what she does, and she's really good at it. But as everybody can see, Don Lemon is not participating in this. He is reporting it. It is no different than if he worked for CNN and was sent out there to cover this, right?
Yeah.
That's what journalists do, Dr. Howe.
When you send him to cover a hurricane, he did not bring the hurricane. He just stands in the rain and tells you what's happening.
Right. Okay. Right. And so they're trying to say that what's the name? The Indian one. The civil rights one.
Oh, I don't remember.
Dylon, I can't remember her last, but you guys know the assistant attorney general, that oversees the civil rights. She's talking about, we gotta bring charges against him for supporting an insurrection and participating in it. Shut the hell up! You don't know what you're talking about or whatever. But so there's a whole lot of conversation around that. However, one of our favorite ditzes decided that she wanted to make a statement because in her crack era, her whole thing is pretending that she cares about Christians, right? So one Nicki Minaj makes a post in which she refers to Don so-and-so sucking lemon is disgusting. How dare you? I want that thug in jail. He would never do that to any other religion. Lock him up.
Lock him up.
Now, first of all, why is she in it?
Well, I mean, that relevance ain't been relevant. So except on one side of the fence, on that right side of the fence, it's there's been a little bit of the relevant.
So here's Don's response, right? Let's show Don's response. Hold on. Hold on. Let's go back. Let's get him from the beginning here. All right.
Used a homophobic slur towards me in a social media post, several. Time and time again, this vile woman shows her true colors. She shows what really animates her, and that is cruelty, it's viciousness, it's insecurity, it's ignorance, lack of intelligence. She's a very low vibrational person. It's always about negativity with her. So someone that I love and I think who's really talented, one of the most talented people out there, is the ultimate diva who doesn't have to put people down, Miss Mariah Carey.
Can you say 3 nice things about Nicki Minaj?
Can you?
Sure.
Okay. Go ahead.
You want me to?
Well, it's your question. I mean, like...
Well, I know, but I'm asking it to you. Do you want to plead the fifth on that one?
I always felt it was more important with that situation to not plead the fifth, but to just stay above the fray, because you don't want to be déclassé. You just want to just move it along.
Okay.
And then I love it when she does it, and she's like, you just want to stay above the fray.
So this was his, one of his responses. His first response was basically like, ain't your husband a rapist and your brother's a pedophile? Like, he was going in. I don't want to show all of that or whatever. But he was really bothered by this, as well he should be, because this is the same woman that used to cosplay bisexual, right? And well, her house is about to be put up for sale for $20 million, allegedly, because a security guard won a judgment, and is owed $500,000, and her and her husband have not made any efforts to pay for it. So they're going to sell her house to make sure that it can be paid for. So Nicki is struggling financially, and then she also hasn't really done well musically. She's not performing or anything like that. Over the last couple of years, her lives and her things like that show that she's either in crisis or using drugs or whatever. She's just not been her right self. And then she goes, no. And then she goes on this whole Erica Kirk thing or whatever. She's pivoting, trying to appeal to the conservatives who don't like her music, right? They go and listen to her music and they're like, I mean, I remember reading through some of the commentary that conservatives had, and they're like, well, that's cool and all, but I'm not really going to listen. Her music is not really my type. So she's not going to get any sales from that. They're not going to support that, especially not the Christian folks. And the fact that she's talking about this, she's saying this in the name of Christianity, right? That's her whole shtick right now. We got to defend Christians, got to defend Christians. And so she's upset that he went into this church, but all he was doing was covering this direct action, right? Now, why did they go to this church? They said that this church, the pastor was, either a member of ICE or supporting ICE or what have you. So that's where all that came from.
Yep.
But then the fact that she's making this homophobic, making this about, him putting penis in his mouth. Who doesn't love a good penis in their mouth? I'm just not, I think many people in the chat like a good penis in their mouth.
Hey.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Why she got to call him out on that?
Right.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
All right. Speaking of Minneapolis, Trump is talking about the insurrection thing. He's saying that he wants to implement the Insurrection Act. Let's look at this. Hold on.
The protests. That law authorized.
Hold on. Let me go
These
back.
presidents to deploy military combat troops domestically to suppress rebellion or domestic violence. Trump administration officials today defending the president's threat after a top Justice Department official accused state and local leaders of, quote, terrorism.
The Insurrection Act is a tool at the president's disposal. As you know, it has been used
the cross is back.
Sparingly, but it has been used by previous presidents in American history.
So that's an interesting thing that they often do because they know that his decisions are not popular. So they'll do two things. They'll either say this is what the American people voted for, right? Or they'll say that past presidents have done this before, so he's not wrong. Right, those are their two go-tos. You notice that, right? Yeah. That's always really interesting. But we're still in Minneapolis. And apparently, Dr. Hall, the Black Panthers.
Oh, yeah, Black Panther Party. Yeah.
Let's watch
the Black Panthers. Question mark.
Let's just say,
Just any just open-ended. Any comments you want to give to like my generation, the younger generation, or just any generation?
Legally arm yourselves and unify, or else you will die. And I mean that in a literal sense. You see on the news all the time, Renee. Everybody say her name, Renee. Right? She just got shot in the face by ICE. Right? This is a real thing, and they're not gonna stop. And the more they hurt people and get away with it, the more they're going to get that momentum to keep going. So everybody needs to unify and come together, and everybody needs to arm themselves, right? Because a revolution is in the barrel of a gun, whether you believe it or not. You want to be comfortable and you want to be nice. You don't want no confrontation. Look, Huey P. Newton said it the best. Anybody without a gun is either a slave or they're about to be one. So, and people worried about people being scared of him. Huey P. Newton also said this when somebody asked him, don't you think the Black Panther Party is scary? Don't you think it's scaring people? He said, my people have been the ones afraid. Hey, sister, we got free groceries over here. Free hot soup and free clothes. He said, my people be the one afraid for hundreds of years. So if you're saying people scared of us, now that's a compliment. That means we're doing something right. You know what I'm saying? Would you rather be scared of ICE? Would you rather be scared of the slave catcher, the police? Would you rather be scared of the government forces that are working against the people? Or would you rather be them scared to mess with you? That's for you to choose. That's for you to decide. Unify. Arm.
I'm sorry. I can't.
You gave him enough time. Yeah.
Okay.
Gave him enough time. Okay. We got it. They out there.
I gotta show another video though.
Go ahead.
We have to endure this.
Let's do it.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Jesus Christ, what am I doing here? Okay. Let's just go. Let's just go.
With slave catchers, you shouldn't have taken that whole sellout. You are a sellout. You wearing their shit. You are a sellout. You ain't protecting shit. You got to do whatever they tell you to, including hurt your people. Because you're walking up to me and I don't like you and I don't trust you and I don't got no conversation with you. So unless you're investigating the crime, leave me the fuck alone. I don't care. I got a gun license right here. This is legal. Philadelphia Crime Code 6108. Move your car out of people's way and get the fuck out of my face. Thank you, officer. Have a good day. You have a bad one. Sell out. Fuck out of here. You smiling for a sellout? Do you know where you came from? Slave catchers hired you to help catch their property, which was us. Slave catcher controls the origin of that cash. You bitch ass nigga, the fuck out of here. Go where you're needed. We don't need
Okay, enough. Okay.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Okay.
Doing the new Black Panther thing.
If any of you believe that second video is legitimate, I got mad bridges to sell you.
No, he spoke poorly to a cop. That's what he did. He stood up for and made him, yeah.
How do I approach this, Dr. Hall? Okay. I know a little bit about the Black Panthers.
A little bit? You maybe read some things? Maybe spoken to a Black Panther or two? You know some things, just enough.
Little things. So about what year are we in? About 25 years ago, I had a wonderful conversation with Bobby Seale. One of the highlights of my life. I remember it happened yesterday. He came to my campus to speak, and I was responsible for escorting him around. And so not long before the speech, we sat down in front of the building on campus, and we had a cigarette together. I bumped a Newport off of Bobby Seale. That is my claim to fame. If I put that on my tombstone, on my urn, bummed a cigarette from Bobby Seale. And so at the time, I had some friends who were actually, a part of this group calling themselves the New Black Panther Party. So I asked him about it. I was like, well, what do you think about this? This was in Philadelphia. And he was like, there is no New Black Panther Party. He said, anybody who's claiming to be the New Black Panther Party is fraudulent. They're not real. They don't have permission. They're not of us. And you shouldn't trust them. And I've held that with me. Now, if you don't know who Bobby Seale is,
I don't know how to help you.
Bobby Seale is one of the co-founders, along with Huey Newton, of the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. Bobby Seale's still alive, y'all.
Still out there.
He's still alive. Huey Newton was killed.
Yeah.
For his downward spiral. My goodness. But Bobby Seale is still here. Bobby Seale make barbecue sauce. Bobby Seale got a cookbook. Okay. He's living his elder life. Okay. Still does public speaking, still does those things, right? So I'm going to take him at his word.
Yeah.
Right. Now, Paul Birdsong is based in Philadelphia. According to my research, he has been doing kind of community activism now. If you are from Philly or you have lived in Philly extensively, I think my total time in this region has been almost 15 years, right? I'm Philly. They named me one of the most influential people in the city twice. I think I get to talk about Philly with a little bit of authority.
You know, a little bit of expertise.
One thing I know is that Philly is motivated by hustle culture. Everybody got a goddamn hustle. Everybody got a scheme. They got a hustle. They got whatever it is. The lack of collaboration is part of the problem. Like, everybody wants to get credit for everything. Like, you'll have four nonprofits that all do the exact same work, and instead of coming together to collaborate, they just all keep it separate, all kind of overlapping, right? So when I see somebody like this, a smooth talking yellow nigga coming out talking about, I got permission from OG Black Panther. Well, which OG Black Panthers? Some rank and file member? He's calling himself the chairman of the New Black Panther Party, right? That's what he calls himself. Who made you the chairman? Was there an election? Was there a community decision? Because you've been doing this other work, but you wasn't calling it the Black Panther Party, but now you are. But it's okay.
Are there bylaws? for the new Black
Now,
Panther.
now let's go back to the Minneapolis one.
Let's go back to Minneapolis.
You're in Philadelphia. What the hell are you going over to Minneapolis for?
That's where the cameras
number
are.
one. 2, you're fighting against ICE because a white woman was killed. Now that leads me to believe he might actually be a Black Panther.
Oh, you had to do it. You had to do it.
Them niggas love white women.
Oh.
But also, a sister was in a car accident and was dragged from her car and arrested. Black woman. Then an Indian woman or a Desi woman. I don't know what she was. I'm gonna say she's a brown woman. She was pulled. A disabled brown woman was pulled from her car and basically hogtied and dragged away.
Yeah.
Where were they for either of these?
Oh, where were they for Keith Porter?
Where were they for Keith Porter? In fact, where were they when ICE was descending on Juniata and Olney in Philadelphia? Right? Where were they then? But somehow they managed to show up when a white woman gets shot in the face. To Bangladeshi, thank you so much for letting me know. So let's talk about it.
I mean,
you want me to believe that you are the new Black Panther Party because you made your way over to Minneapolis to fight ICE.
Yes.
And cosplay. And that second video on my mama, Dr. Hall, allegedly, they know them damn niggas. They know them police officers. Pretty sure they got them to stage the whole thing because ain't no way. I know Philadelphia police. They are among the worst in the damn country.
Hey.
A lot of them dudes are just police officers because they can't do nothing else. They lowered the requirements for the police. They can't do nothing else. They can barely read. They have no opportunities. A lot of these dudes from the hood become police officers because it's a stable job. It's whatever. They're not protecting their community. They don't give a damn about the community. My money is on They know them dudes. And got them to come and stage this so that they can record it and make it seem like they all whatever. Because first of all, you ain't cursing at a Philadelphia police officer like that and he's not abusing you back. Sorry. Philadelphia PD is incredibly corrupt. And he's right. They are sellouts. But he's not going to sit there and just be like, all right, man, I'm going to go. You have a good day. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Then get back with you.
I've had Philadelphia police be more aggressive with me having a car accident. Okay.
Yeah.
Like of a minor fender bender.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not how it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's something to consider. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's people that are out there defending them. So first of all, you ain't gonna never see me defend no man. Sorry. But also, you can't trust this. If there's anything that we know about the Black Panthers, is that they were highly infiltrated by COINTELPRO. Okay. The FBI infiltrated, I think they said at one point, like 1 out of every 4 or 1 out of every 3 Black Panthers was actually an FBI informant. Because the rapid pace with which they expanded, they didn't follow protocols the way they needed to and stuff like that. I could go into the whole Karenga thing. Everybody's like, oh, he tortured a woman, blah, blah, blah. I've done my whole talk about how these people were suspected plants, and that's actually how the Panther Party handled these things. I'm not going to talk about how Huey and Bobby had beef and was torturing, there's some torture between them going on too. Like Eldridge Cleaver, him as a sellout, that's how these movements handle people that they suspect to be traitors.
Yeah.
They torture them. I'm not saying you got to like it, but when people are talking about Black liberation and you're possibly being infiltrated from all sides by your own people, especially after Fred Hampton was killed, right? They become hyper vigilant. Oh, you kind of suspect. You about to go over the rack.
Yeah.
Not saying I'm just saying. So when it's like, oh, well, Karenga tortured, it's nuance there. But anyway, I'm not, I'm not saying, but I'm saying because we can go on. You don't have to agree with me. I'm just pointing out the reality of this. So I do not trust anything about this. I do not trust anything about this. It does not feel right, does not make sense. And if anything, you do not need to use their intellectual property. You don't need to use their branding. You can just have your own thing. The movement for Black Lives exists. Black Lives Matter exists. You know, I got my issues with that. But just the fact that you don't have to take the name from something else and try to say, oh, well, we're the new ones. And an OG told me I can do that. Well, the OG is still alive. And it's like, hell nah. Yeah. And then I saw something floating that they might be getting this. They got a cease and desist, and they have until February 1st to knock it off. There won't be no legal action. They're going to get their asses beat.
Right.
But I just wanted to point out one thing that he said in there, because people may not know this. The state of Pennsylvania is red in terms of gun ownership and carrying and things like that. You can go into a store in 30 minutes, you can have a gun, right? I know this because I've done it. You can go to a gun show. You can go to a gun show and walk out with like 10 guns. Nobody cares. Right? I've done it. So, but Philadelphia as a city had so the code 6108 was saying that you cannot open carry within the city limits, right? That just got struck down in June of last year. Okay, the Commonwealth versus Sumter. They overturned that, saying it was unconstitutional to prohibit people from open carrying in the city of Philadelphia. That's why you see him standing there with guns, but you didn't see that last year because you couldn't do it.
Okay.
Right. So that, to me, the only reason why I'm showing that video is because that's the important thing that comes out of it. You can open carry in the city of Philadelphia with the right license, which you couldn't do before. And that was one of the issues I had about Philly, living in Philly. I'm like, well, why do I have my guns, but I can't open carry if I wanted to? I should be able to put this right on my hip and walk down the street.
Hey, let them know.
But now you can.
Okay.
Right. So that's the difference. And that he was talking about that. I don't believe that entire scene was real at all. I think it's all full of shit, but it's political theater, right? So
political theater.
But anyway, shout out to Pennsylvania because I'm 2A all day. So shout out to Pennsylvania for the fact that you can access guns. I do think that that we need some controls. Like I think the domestic violence, preventing people who have been, who are domestic abusers, people who have a history of XYZ or whatever. But no, it's about time. We should have access. If they can have the guns, so can we. That's just how I feel about it. If you don't want the guns, then don't get the guns. But don't try to stop the rest of us who want the guns to get the guns. All right, guys. Yep, I still got a gun right here under my thing. Come try to run up on me. Got that thing for you.
There you go.
All right, so ICE is building a detention center in New York City. Dr.
Another one?
Not New York City. No, an hour north of New York.
Another one?
Yeah, 50 miles north of New York City. They're moving ahead with it. 1,500 detainees in Chester, New York. Okay. And it's interesting because, towns like this, cities like this, jails, these kinds of things like that become the local industry. They bring a lot of jobs. You're talking about a 1,500 person facility. That's going to bring some jobs, right?
A lot of jobs.
But what this tells us is that they are going to ramp up efforts in New York City. They've already been bad, but they're going to ramp them up because that's where they're going to start taking people, right up to that one. And so they said the new facilities are intended to hold immigrant detainees for a few weeks, according to the Post, before they are sent to large-scale warehouses in Virginia, Texas, Louisiana, Arizona, Georgia, and Missouri that will each hold 5,000 and 10,000 people. Now, what does this remind you of? This reminds you of course, slavery.
Right. Warehousing people is kind of
warehousing people, traffic, and sending them to the south, right? Yeah. Sending them further south. So you're catching people in the north and you're sending them further south.
Yeah.
That is, when people say, "Oh, is this America?" I'm like, did you guys just not read a single history book?
I mean, I never saw a slave catcher for myself until now.
Fugitive slave law, they would catch people, they would hold, you can even watch.
Hey, you got your papers? You got your papers?
They stole a free man and put him in holding for a while before sending him and selling him to the South.
I don't watch
This
those
is
movies.
exactly what's happening. Too much trauma porn for you.
It's too much trauma porn for me. I can't do it.
You too sensitive.
I'm too sensitive. Not really. I'm just
Yeah.
being one of those people.
Yeah,
Why do we make so many slave movies?
All right, there's 25 of them. Okay.
Whatever you.
So all right. You want to get into this Ryan Davis thing real quick? I'm gonna let you take the
I can do
lead
it.
on this.
You can let me do the Ryan Davis thing. Oh, okay.
Am I showing this clip? What am I showing? Do I have to show this clip?
We don't have to show the clip. I can just talk about it.
All right, let's show a little bit of the clip because I
Let's show a
do
little
think that hold on.
Both young.
Yeah,
You
it's
both
so
want-
tough.
and you both want to be right.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part.
It's a lot harder to be more right than them.
Because you don't realize you tugging, but you're not pulling at each other, you're pulling at the child.
Yeah.
And that was the hardest thing, but I want to be right.
Her need to be right was greater than mine.
She probably would say your need to be right was greater than hers.
Nah, she can be honest. Like like we're just working through like getting our custody agreement together now. And I told you I'm gonna be more candid on here than I've ever been. I never talk about my co-parenting situation, but whenever I have 2 children. I have an 8-year-old son and a 10-year-old daughter. She's about to turn 11. And it's been rough. I've been there every step of the way financially. I haven't always been there the way that I should have physically. But I wasn't always allowed to be there like I could have been physically too.
But those are the sacrifices that you got to make because it all depends on how successful are you trying to be.
Yeah,
it is hard because the greater the goal, the greater the sacrifice needed to reach said goal.
And nobody talks about what it is to be in this space. I appreciate people like Kevin Hart and others who give candid interviews because
Sorry.
a bunch of people to a city you've never been to, a bunch of people got dressed to go enjoy what it is that you do. You enjoy what you do. You love what you do. You take that money home and you give it back to your children and their mother for them to have a better life. But the children don't feel as close because you're gone to go
all
do
the
this
time.
thing. Yeah. She feels abandoned or feel like she's doing it on her own. Because even if you're doing it financially, you can't supplement time.
No.
And when you're carrying the load financially, you don't want to hear nobody talk about how you not doing your bop. What? Taking care of 3 households.
Exactly.
I'm not doing my part. It's hard for you to, it's hard for you to see.
Because time is the most valuable commodity.
It's the most valuable commodity. So then I ran into this thing where my daughter went from I love my dad to let me see what I can get out of him. And when she started looking at me as access to like material things.
You were an ATM. Now all of a sudden you weren't dad, you were an ATM.
Broke me. Because it was like I
Notice he didn't say that.
Right.
Shannon did.
only want to be around him if I can get something out of him.
So let me ask you this. Did you sit down and have a conversation? How did you come to the realization that it was, yes, this is my child, but my child only wants to be around me because of what the access that she has to think.
Again, Shannon is saying this.
Shannon knows how to ask a leading ass question. Like
Yes,
Shannon
he
don't
does.
ask open
He
questions.
leaves everything.
It's like, dude.
Perfume, jewelry, clothes, makeup, whatever the case may be.
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking because it's like it's heartbreaking because it's like my daughter saved my life. I'm not a very motivated person. And when we went and got that ultrasound and they said it's a girl, I knew I couldn't be a mediocre man anymore. Because it would affect how she viewed men in general.
And then she'd have been okay with that.
And she would be okay with a mediocre man. And I worked harder than I ever worked in my life because of her. Like, she's my reason. And then for my reason, and she was a daddy's girl, big time. Oh, big time.
That's my oldest.
Yeah, she my oldest. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to watch that daddy's girl go from, I just want to be around him, I just want to touch him, I just want to sleep on him, be cuddled up to him, to, hey, if you ain't buying me nothing, I really ain't trying to go. Like, I lost her. And it takes a long time to get them back.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, that was the one thing about this whole custody agreement that was like so important for me. It was like, while we're going through what it is, and then me and their mother was talking, and she was like, dang, it's like you're trying to get so much time. I'm like, yeah. Cause that's all that matters now.
Because once it's gone.
It's gone. It's like, you had so much of the first half. Just let me get more on the back end.
You do real.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop there.
Sure.
There's a whole conversation about this.
Yes.
That's been happening based on clips that people have seen. Now, this goes on for another 6 minutes. It's like a whole 12-minute segment.
Mm-hmm.
And people have to remember that Ryan Davis is he's a comedian. Comedians tend to set up stories and those things. It takes them a while to get to the punchline. But I think that people were kind of extracting things based on the clips. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if other people saw what I saw, but I saw him getting choked up.
Right.
Am I tripping? Like, he was like holding back tears there.
Yeah.
And somehow this conversation became about him calling his daughter a gold digger and whatever. And I'm like, he didn't actually say that.
Right. There was a reflexive action to.
Yeah, Shannon was leading that stuff and putting that out there.
Right.
He was telling a different story. What do you think, Dr. Hall?
So, I mean, and I take this as a guy who sits across from men like that, who have committed themselves to the idea of manhood as provider. And so they get so fixated on being this provider who brings home the bacon, and then they forget to sort of take care of their children's emotional needs, and that their presence is a very important factor. And then, what I will respect in this is that he realized it quickly. Like, wait, our relationship is shifting into something that doesn't feel comfortable. And I think in part, when you're not around them a lot, most kids are kind of transactional. I get hit up for Roblox all the time, and V-Bucks. My middle son, if he's texting me, it's because he wants money. And I love the dude, but and I know he loves me, but he be wanting stuff because you got the stuff to give. And when you're
mine is 19, and he'll be like, "Hey, mom, how you doing?" I'm like,
"What you want?
What you need?"
Right. What's your angle? What's your angle, boy?
How much? Just tell me how much. Just put $50 in the chat.
Some of that's just kids, right? Like, you are the access to resources, and so I will look at this as a somewhat transactional relationship. Give me the things that help me survive. And so, but I think because we have so much messaging around, gold digging, particularly, like, entire industries right now are built on being upset with women for what they perceive as, wanting resources they didn't earn. And so it makes sense to me that there is this reflexive action online, that he's now disparaged his daughter. I don't think that Shannon Sharpe and his people should have put his daughter's picture online to tell the story. Like, that's still a child. I think there is still I think if we run him out of town for having the revelation and trying to get back into his daughter's life, like, we kind of want people to do that. We want people to recognize when you might be making a mistake like that, and be vulnerable in a way that shows that you realize, okay, if I do this, this has consequences for the relationship we can have. How do I reinvest in my family? And so, I personally reacted to that reflex of people getting upset and drag him through the mud. Like, hey man, the dude admitted he made a mistake, and it seemed to have hurt his feelings a lot. So how do we give him the space to repair where we can? Like, we often talk about being this society that wants people to be better, but if they admit to fault on TV or online, we're like, hey, get them pitchforks out and let's burn a dude at the stake for,
Yeah. So here's my thing. A couple of things, because again, fuck these people. I don't care about them. One, you go on a show with a rapist.
Okay.
That's
J-Rock.
just number one. Number
Hey.
one. Let me set where I'm coming from.
Set the table.
Shannon Sharpe just paid $20 million to
Yeah.
a young woman like a third of his age
Mm.
who had credible allegations that he sexually assaulted her. And it's not the first time that Shannon Sharpe has paid somebody off
He's still got a
for
show.
allegations of sexual violations, and he still has a show, that people are talking about and that people are watching and all those kinds of things.
Hey,
This happened before Ryan Davis decided to go on this show with a rapist,
Mm-hmm.
alleged rapist, right?
Hey, allegedly just right at the bottom.
I do not expect male comedians to be all that emotionally intelligent. Not everybody's gonna be Josh Johnson, right?
Okay.
My only statement that I made online initially, I was like, I'm late to this, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that Ryan would tell this story about his son.
Mm.
So I feel like the overarching narrative of this entire 12-minute segment was I was a fuckboy before, I had a daughter, I got better, and then it hurt
There's stuff
me.
in there. Yeah.
It hurt
lose
me
that connection.
that
Yeah.
I lost that connection because she made me better.
Mm-hmm.
Her existence made me better. And if she's gone, then basically who am I without her, right?
No.
I hate that narrative because I have dated people, I've married one, these men who claim that having their daughters stop them from being whatever, and it doesn't really stop them from being whatever. But it should not take having a daughter for you to decide to be a better person.
It shouldn't. There's a lot going on there.
Right. So how, we don't know what he was treating the mother like. And then the mother kind of issued a statement on her side and saying that he's, he's full of shit or whatever situation is. I don't actually, again, another thing I don't actually care about. But I've never liked that idea that men who are pieces of shit are somehow redeemed through having a daughter. That's misogyny. That is patriarchy. That's patriarchal bullshit. And I hate it. So this is what he's setting up, right? And then he goes on to tell this story. Again, I think that if his son had been born first and then his son was responding in those ways, he would not be, we would never hear this story. But there was something in him that wanted to share this about his daughter, almost like he was being rejected by a woman in some ways.
Yeah.
There was something that, there was something there, but also I think it's because, and I don't know how it is with other cultures and other groups, but I think that within our community, there's this possessiveness that brothers sometimes have over their daughters.
Yeah.
Protection, but more possession. And it's not healthy. I mean, we definitely see it with the white men with these rifles and these prom pictures. That's ridiculous. But we expect them to do that.
Purity
but
rings. They give them purity rings. The whole thing.
But they be in the house though. He's not in the house with his kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's something else there. But I did not like that he told this story. I'm not a big fan of people telling a minor children's business like that. Like I'm just not. I'm just not. That's not it. He could have talked vaguely about whatever, but to kind of make this so personal about her, I had an issue with that. I don't agree with what people were reading from this. I did not read him as saying his daughter is a gold digger and she only wants this or whatever. I heard Shannon Sharpe projecting his shit about feeling like he's an ATM, even though you just deposited $20 million into a white woman's future. You are an ATM, right?
I mean,
but
he's been used as an ATM on multiple occasions.
Oh, it's 50 million. Oh my God, it was more than that anyway. But I heard Ryan saying that I messed this up. I've been gone. I wasn't doing what I needed to do. So all my daughter is seeing is that I'm just giving money because that's all I'm doing. And then he says, that's why I'm working with the custody thing. And he said that she was like, oh, you want all this time? And he's like, yeah. So he is filing for joint custody. He is filing for more time to spend with his kids because he's recognized that he has messed up. His whole career ambition and all of this stuff has gotten in the way of that. I saw a man that was choked up who recognized that, who has a deep love and bond with his daughter, and that he's hurt by the fact that his actions have led to her distancing herself.
Yeah.
I didn't read him saying that she's ungrateful or she's a whatever.
Right.
And then he had a video where he came back and he's like really frustrated, but he's like, did y'all not watch the whole thing? And that is the truth. A lot of people did not watch the whole
Yeah,
thing.
they watched the clip.
A lot of people are claiming that they did, but I'm like,
Or
there's
just,
no way.
or just read it at the bottom of the clip and
Right.
then just responded.
Right. And I'm like,
It's
there's
more
no way
people-
you sat through that whole 12-minute segment
Right.
and you still come out thinking that this man is disparaging his daughter and calling
Yeah.
her a gold digger. I don't see that. Right.
Agreed.
But ultimately, I just don't think that this should have been shared. I don't think that her picture should have been out there.
Her
I don't
picture
think
should
any
not
of
have
that should not have
Yeah.
happened in any capacity. And I just think that he lacked the emotional intelligence to understand why this is a bad thing. Like, you should not
Yeah.
be talking to a rapist who raped someone that's barely 10 years older than your daughter.
Mm.
Why are you talking to her?
The allure of fame. You just do you miss your chance to be on the Shannon Sharp The Rapist Show, or do you?
All right, so chat, we're coming up on 8:30. I got one more thing to talk about. It's been a while. I'm gonna pack it in. Thank you for still being here with me. I appreciate you all for being here. Okay. Let's see. I'm just kind of looking at the chat, whatever. Okay. So you may have heard, you may not have heard. There's a situation going on at Morris Brown, which is a HBCU that is run by the AME Church, has a whole board of directors and things like that. Morris Brown, when were they founded? Hold on, they've been around for a while. Morris Brown College founding date. Oh, they were founded in 1881 by the African Methodist Episcopal Church in Atlanta, named after Bishop Morris Brown. It became the first institution in Georgia founded solely by African Americans. Okay. So for those who are unaware, most HBCUs were founded during the Reconstruction, or like in the period right after the Civil War, and then prior to 1900. That's where most of them were founded. So Morris Brown has had struggles over the years. They lost their accreditation a while back, and I think they'd gone down to something like 45 or 50 students. They were barely holding on. They brought in this man, Kevin, hold on one second. Hold on, because I have this.
Kevin James.
Kevin James, thank you very much. Sorry, Dr. Kevin James. And
It's the end of the show.
Yeah, he was brought in as to be the new president or what have you. He is a member of Omega Psi Phi fraternity. He is in the local church, and he's pretty well known. He's a pretty flashy dude or whatever.
Yeah.
I first encountered him in a group that I'm in on Facebook for people with PhDs or whatever, and in a group called Adjunct Professors or whatever. He came in and he was talking about Morris Brown was hiring. And so I started looking into it, because he's had this whole campaign about, the resurgence and the, getting them back to where they needed to be, like making all these efforts. And so people are watching him, very flashy. Again, it's giving mega church preacher, events that have look like club flyers, like all kind of stuff, very flashy. That little southern flair thing, is going on. Southern Negroes love a good, good church flyer, right? So he was doing all of that. Now, my problem was this. When he was advertising for adjuncts, there was a couple of things that was going on. One, they had kind of put out that they were looking for some volunteers to help them work with rebuilding. Okay, that I can understand. But then the adjuncts, I'm looking at the pay for them, right? Because, hey, if you have remote opportunities and it's a HBCU, if I can contribute, let me add another school. Let me go ahead. I can work right from here. Dr. Hardy was offering $1,000 for a class.
Just a single thousand? A single thousand.
For
a semester? For a semester. Not 1,000 a month, but 1,000 for 1,000 per credit hour. 1,000 per credit hour? No, you mean like 1,000 for the hour, right? For the credit hour.
For the whole class.
For the whole. How many credit hours though? Just the one credit hour class, or three? No. Just the $1,000 for all 3 of the credit hours
And
the
it was based on enrollment, right? So if your class had like less than like 10 people, you got $1,000. I was like, "Nigga, are you on crack?"
I mean,
Who is gonna do this? But here's the thing: I'm giving
Who
y'all
did
some
it?
tea, so I'm giving y'all some insider tea. So come a little bit
oh,
closer.
yeah,
y'all.
yeah,
Come a
yeah.
little
Okay.
bit
Lean in,
closer.
lean in, everybody, lean in.
Give you a little bit of tea.
Okay, okay.
I'm in these groups, and you guys know how much I talk about these for-profit colleges and all the stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody trying to hire these people except for a school like Morris Brown, unfortunately, because those folks can't get jobs at other schools, and they are willing to accept $1,000 to teach a class to try to get their foot in the door, right? So let's put a pin in that. All right, January 12th, this year, he posts, "Greetings, Morris Brown College family. Today, the Morris Brown College Board of Trustees terminated my services as president without providing specific cause or substantive explanation. This action is deeply concerning. Research and my lived experience demonstrate that many HBCUs have struggled with board overreach and interference. Unfortunately, those dynamics are evident in this situation. The timing of this decision is particularly troubling as the institution is approaching its accreditation reaffirmation review in a few weeks. Equally concerning is that the action disregards established governance best practices and my existing presidential contract, which extends through 2029. I fully intend to pursue all rights and remedies afforded to me under that agreement. Also, it is important to note that I recently completed a successful annual evaluation and have received consistently strong performance reviews throughout my 7 years of service. Morris Brown College has literally made history under my leadership as president." And then he lists a whole bunch of accolades and things that he has done. And then he says, "I dedicated myself fully to the restoration and resurgence of Morris Brown College, and I stand firmly behind the progress we have achieved together. While I am deeply disappointed by the board's decision, I am grateful for the overwhelming support I've received from alumni, faculty, staff, students, and community partners." Right? First of all, why are you telling the social media?
Why are you going to Facebook straight to Facebook?
He is very flashy on social media. I'm just gonna say that. He is. He
Big on the social.
Always just out there. Got a camera following him everywhere when he up in the club popping bottles. He's that kind of dude, right?
Okay.
Now, because I know this about him, because I have had those kinds of interactions, because I asked him in one of the groups, like, "Why are you only paying people $1,000?" He never responded.
Well, because you ain't the right person he was talking to. You want this money or not?
Not when I can make $10,000 or $12,000.
See, look at you knowing your worth. Why don't you go on somewhere? Go on somewhere.
So that raised the flag to me. I said, "Okay, you know the first thing I'm gonna do, Dr. Hall." I said, "What did he do to a woman?"
I mean,
first of all, respect to the Qs that I love and know, but y'all know, y'all fraternity
Two dogs
is known.
They call them dogs.
Is known for some things. And they just killed a boy. But anyway,
Oh no.
So I'm gonna do some digging.
Uh-oh.
You know what? I'm gonna talk about the shadiest fucking chat. Okay, I got it. Okay, I'm gonna keep. Listen.
We doing it?
So I had to dig because I said this don't sound right. So I saw people going up for him. I'm like, anytime I see y'all going up for a nigga, I got to look inside because
check behind the curtain.
Unless it's you, Dr. Hall, I don't think that there ain't nothing I can trust.
Oh, hey.
Good. Ain't nothing of them good. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Dr. Hall is worth defending in public.
I'm a decent human being.
Put a
most of the
2
time.
if you think he should figure it out on his own.
Oh man, y'all don't do me. Don't
All
do
right.
me in, audience.
So I'm gonna read you all something, and I need you to listen. I'm not
Okay.
gonna tell you who wrote this. I'm not gonna tell you where I got it from. But I will tell you this: that there were complaints made about this man, and there were whistleblowers,
Oh no.
and there was alleged whistleblower retaliation. So I'm gonna let you hear this,
I
okay?
need to see it.
All right. Let's
I have one
see.
question before you go.
Yeah, that's
Is it,
fine.
is it a white woman?
No.
Oh, okay.
Ain't no white woman working at no goddamn Morris.
Hey, they work in administration.
No, they don't. Hold on. I'm just because I lost the first one, so I'm just trying to pull it up, make sure I
Go
got
ahead,
it
go ahead,
right.
go ahead.
Okay. Morris Brown College public whistleblower statement.
Oh.
Coming forward as one of the Morris Brown College whistleblowers because I can no longer carry this alone. For almost 2 years, I worked in an environment that I experienced as toxic, hostile, and unsafe, particularly for women. I witnessed and endured conduct that made it increasingly impossible to do my job with dignity, security, or fairness. I stayed longer than I should have because I believed in that institution, the students, and the mission. I believed if I told the truth to the right people, I would be protected. I was wrong. At a certain point, the conditions became unbearable. I put my concerns in writing to the Board of Trustees, specifically regarding the alleged Title IX incident and mismanagement of funds. My complaints were detailed, specific. My complaints were detailed, specific, and rooted in my personal experience. I believed that the truth would lead to accountability. Instead, what followed felt like retaliation. My reporting structure was changed. My internet from my phone and computer was shut down for almost a month, and emails were deleted. When I requested that all of my deleted emails be restored to my hiring date, I received no response. I was removed from regular supervisory lines and made to report directly to board leadership. The environment became even more hostile. I was chastised by board chairs for emailing the entire board my whistleblower complaint and explicitly told by the board chairs that their role was not to protect employees, but to protect the institution and the presidents. From that moment on, I understood my safety, dignity, and career were secondary. After I made my whistleblower complaints, my role and relationships changed in ways that isolated me. I was treated with suspicion rather than support. I was accused of financial misconduct related to my P card. Specifically, I was accused of stealing money for Uber rides to and from my home. Those rides were used solely to transport homecoming materials due to lack of space within the building, as homecoming is an event that is a part of my job responsibilities. Despite providing supportive documentation, I was told I would be required to repay the amount through payroll as if I had committed wrongdoing. I experienced this not as accountability, but as punishment. I'm not the only woman who has spoken up. Multiple women have gone on record with the Board of Trustees over the years to report similar experiences: toxic leadership, hostile work conditions, intimidation, and lack of protection. Yet the environment remained unchanged. We were told, directly or indirectly, that our pain was less important than protecting power. I am a dedicated single mother. I am a mother to a daughter. I am a woman who has dedicated her life to empowering other women. I am the granddaughter of a woman who lost her life at work, and her complaints of workplace safety fell upon deaf ears. I'm a member of a civic and service organizations built on integrity, leadership, and care. I did not choose this fight because it's easy. I chose it because the silence was destroying me. I'm now in a position where the very person I reported is attempting to force his return through financial threats and public pressure. Partial stories have been told publicly, stories that do not include the full history of harm, retaliation, and silencing that many women endured. I cannot live under that leadership again. I will not sacrifice my health, child, or dignity to protect someone else's power. I am speaking because whistleblowers deserve protection, not punishment. Women deserve safe workplaces. Young ladies deserve safe higher education institutions. Institutions cannot heal without truth. I'm not asking the public to judge. I'm asking for accountability, transparency, and protection for those who tell the truth. I'm done being silent. I'm done being afraid. I'm done carrying what was never mine to carry alone. I'm a whistleblower because truth matters more than comfort, and no one should suffer in silence to protect their power. And then she showed photos of how there was like 26 messages harassing her, like on her work phone and things like that. Now, here's the thing. Somebody else responded, said, "You know, I love you and waited for your truth to be known. As someone who is at the school constantly and witnessed exactly what you're describing, I feel so deeply sorry for you. I remember when we had to go to certain rooms to have meetings because you felt unsafe to discuss simple things like event structures or bringing in new opportunities for students. I remember watching you peek around me as we sat in your office as if every word you used was against the rules, and we were only talking about the welfare of the students and how to make Morris Brown bigger and better in this season. I'm sorry you experienced this. I'm sorry you were made to feel unsafe. That is not what we do at Morris Brown College. Thank you for your hard work and dedication." Notice how she said one of the whistleblowers. Now, thank you for listening to that, because I think that this is important.
Yeah.
If you go on Threads right now, and you do a search for Morris Brown, you're going to see a lot of your favorite Black influencers going up for this nigga because they don't know the whole story. Because what we do in our communities, Dr. Hall, and you know this to be true, we put these men up on pedestals and we protect them at all costs, and we are willing to sacrifice women to do so. All that matters to people is that he's this Black man with energy, and he's the president, he's young, and he's turning things around. Forget the environment that they're treating. But now, Dr. Hall, so I had to go do some more digging.
Oh, no.
Because that's what I do. I'm a researcher, I'm an investigator, and I'm a goddamn Aries, and we are the detectives of the Zodiac. I went and started to look at who actually is working at this school, Dr. Hall. Now I'm going to bring this back to my for-profit thing.
Sure.
Doctor, I would say about 40 to 45% of the staff there have degrees from for-profit universities, some of which are shut down for complete fraudulent behavior.
Oh, no.
DeVry, Argosy, Capella, Walden, and bum-ass Liberty, University of Phoenix.
The whole gambit.
So they said they average, they presume about 1 in every 4 Black college graduate these days has a degree from one of these for-profit schools, with the highest group entirely overrepresented. Why? Because they accept anybody, and you can get a degree being functionally illiterate. But that's okay. That's okay. I started looking at who had those degrees, right? It was various and mixed. What I noticed was that the women were more likely to have legitimate degrees from legitimate schools and have actually done research, right? They have publications, they have experience in higher education. I'm not going to put names out there, but I encourage you all to go look at the website and look at who the department chair of psychology is, the department chair of general studies, the department chair of their business program, or what have you. What experience do they have? Their psychology person, Dr. Hall, you are far more qualified to be the chair of that psychology department. That man had no real higher education experience. The only thing that he has is that he ran a grassroots youth program. How do you become a chair? How do you become a chair of an academic department doing that?
You willing to accept $1,000 a class?
Or you're a member of the fraternity?
Oh, yeah, that too.
So of course I started digging and started seeing how many of the men that work there are also members of the same fraternity.
Oh, no.
That's what I do. And so as someone who has been sexually harassed and assaulted by members of that fraternity, I'm not casting the whole thing. I know plenty brothers that are in it that are awesome. But I do know what it means to create a toxic environment when it comes to women. The whistleblower is identifying him as the problem. If he is hiring up his fraternity brothers or other men that are not qualified to have these positions, and we talk about HBCUs and people put them down and say they're not the same quality and things like that. They're great HBCUs. But then there are some that are functioning like this. No way in hell am I sending my Black child to a school where damn near half the faculty has fake degrees. Absolutely not. And I'm not spending my money to go there, to have him go there. I don't care what anybody says. And they will talk about academic elitism. Kiss my ass. Georgia State is right there. Great school. Okay. Emory, all these schools that are in Georgia that people could be going to. You went to Argosy, which got shut down for fraudulence, for being fraudulent.
Oh.
I'm not sending my kid there. They're coming up for accreditation. Dr. Hall, you know having half your faculty have those fake degrees is going to affect your accreditation, right?
Typically will affect your accreditation.
We know this because we've been in higher education. They reinstated him, Dr. Hall. You know why they reinstated him? Because he was right. They did not follow the procedures. That does not mean that he can't still be removed. It means they reinstated him because they didn't follow the protocol and they acknowledged it.
Right.
They issued a statement. Let me see. Hold on. They issued a statement. Let me see, because I just posted it on my Facebook. Because one of the groups I'm in, it's a group for Black parents and things like that, with kids who are in college. So their press release, the board announces a decision to rescind the termination, blah, 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 blah. He's accepted the invitation to return. They said, after careful review, the board determined that Dr. James' separation from the college did not fully comply with the procedural and contractual requirements outlined in his employment agreement. As fiduciaries of this institution, the board recognizes its responsibility to adhere to established governance standards and correct actions that fall short. And then it says, while correcting a governance and process failure is necessary, the board recognizes that this action alone does not resolve broader concerns that have been raised regarding workplace culture, trust, and experience of employees. The board takes seriously the concerns voiced by members of our community and affirms that retaliation against individuals who raise concerns in good faith is not acceptable. The board is committed to ensuring that appropriate processes exist and for concerns to be raised safely, reviewed fairly, and addressed responsibly. To that end, the board will take additional steps to review the governance practices and institutional processes at the goal of restoring and strengthening trust, transparency, blah, 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 blah. He's back on a technicality. He's not back because he didn't do anything wrong. Right? You know, he's back because they fired him too hastily, given the nature of the complaints. And it was multiple women. It was not just this one person. It was multiple women.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this, Dr. Hall. Like, I am tired of the way we pedestal these toxic men in our communities, all in the sake of so-called Black excellence. I am tired of women carrying water for these men. I am tired of women silencing themselves and being expected to remain quiet so they don't bring down the Black man.
Right.
I am tired of people antagonizing Black women. The first time I was fully exposed to this was Anita Hill and Clarence Thomas. The way our community treated that woman and held him up because he was supposed to be, you know, he's supposed to be on the Supreme Court and she's getting in the way. And she was right. If we had supported her, if Biden hadn't gotten in the way of the other women coming forward to testify, he might not be on the court today and be responsible for so much of the stuff that we're dealing with if we had trusted and believed Black women.
We had believed a Black woman.
That was 35 years ago. It's still happening today.
Yeah.
When you see so many Black women be like, "No, I'm done with this. I'm not, you know, forget y'all," because they've dealt with this. They deal with it every day in every segment of their lives. Young girls not being listened to at home, going to school, not being listened to, going to college, not being listened to, being sexually assaulted, all these kinds of things, going into the workplace. Everybody wants to put that man up over that woman. And so you see all these people just championing him. Oh, he's so great. He turned the school around, blah, blah, blah. Not even willing to look into the story.
Right. Trying to protect the system.
That is what frustrates me the most. I'm like, don't any of you have intellectual curiosity? Why would they like unceremoniously fire a president of a school without something else going on, y'all? And he has not denied any of these allegations. He has not denied that he did anything wrong. All he focused on was the fact that they didn't follow the rules in firing him.
Using their rules against him.
So that's frustrating for me. People talk about, you know, oh, why does it seem like Black men, Black women can't get along? That's not what it is. It is that patriarchy, this European patriarchy, this patriarchy derived of the Arab and Aryan invasion of the continent that remains all these hundreds of years later, wherein Black men in their attempts to achieve manhood in this Eurocentric patriarchal society feel that they have to put down Black women, step on Black women in ways that our people never did before, just so they can align with white masculinity. Sexually harassing, sexually assaulting, beating women, cursing women, all these kinds of things. That is not our original ways of being. It's just not. And yet here we are with so many brothers trying to achieve success, and they are adapting these horrible ways. Why are they trying to be like these white men? These white men rape their children. These white men annihilate their entire families. These white men go and shoot up schools and churches and festivals and all these kinds of things. These white men fuck animals. Why is this the aspiration of masculinity? Because they got money?
Power.
So money is it?
Power.
And what power do you want? Power over what? Why do they need power? What do you want to have power over? That's the fundamental question that we need to ask, brothers. You want power over what? Over women? You want to be able to control women because nobody will go on a date with you and nobody will suck your dick. So I feel like if you have money and you have power, then you can compel and force women to do that. No diddy?
And you won't be alone.
Oh gosh, hold on. Let me block this person posting
Oh, there we go.
Bible verses. We don't do that here. Absolutely not. But like, this is what you want. This is what manhood is to you.
Yeah.
Oh, the man is supposed to lead. Lead what? Who told you that a man is supposed to lead? You're supposed to lead because you have a penis?
Because the Bible.
The same Bible that said that you are cursed because you are Black? The Bible written to support the same God that left your people in chains for hundreds of years? That's the guidance that you're taking? The same Bible that they used to keep you enslaved? The same Bible they would hand to those of us that were literate and rip out the chapter of Exodus because they didn't want us getting any ideas about leaving?
Hey. Don't get too big. Don't get too big for your britches over there. Yeah. You don't need to read those parts.
Oh.
Read about being subservient. Love your master.
But I just, as a thinking person, Dr. Hall, now maybe you're a thinking person too, but maybe you are, maybe you're patriarchal too. What?
I try to get it off me. I can't get it off me.
Fundamentally, why should men lead?
Other than they just always have? I would just stand on.
But they haven't always have. That's the thing.
Are you sure?
They have not always have.
You only know that because you'd be reading. That's the problem.
There's absolutely no reason for men to be so-called leaders by default. And yet, so many brothers buy into this bullshit because they have no other power. The only power they have over it is over the Black woman and child. They ain't having power over nobody else.
Nobody else.
They get, and the ones that get with white women wonder why white women have such a high single mother rate. Their single mother rate is disproportionate to their connections with white men because all these pump and dumps from these niggas. Because they get with these white women and realize that they don't have power in that relationship either because she is still a white woman in this world. So they lead them beige babies and they go on about their way. Right? They have no power over anybody but the Black woman and the Black child. And we see this happen in the workspace. Dr. Hall, why do Black women have more doctorate degrees, yet Black men have more tenured positions?
I'm going to go back to patriarchy for 500, Alex.
It's not lining up. It's not lining up, Dr. Hall.
I mean, otherwise.
2% of tenured professors are Black women and 3% of tenured professors are Black men, yet Black women have more doctorates than Black men. Come on now. But they say that, oh, we can't oppress Black women. We don't have no power to oppress Black women. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Because when you're in those rooms where you should be talking up that sister that you see getting passed over for tenure, you're just focused on yourself.
Well, there's only so many slots. They make me fight for them.
Yes, and African matriarchy. The woman is the center of the community. The woman is the most revered person in the community, right?
Right.
Even among the lions, it's the women who hunt. The men just roll around trying to get a nut off.
Hey, looking powerful. They got that lovely mane, luxurious mane.
Absolutely. There's so many things that we can point to throughout history that reinforce that show that they have to use violence to suppress women and to reinforce that women are, because they're not inherent. If women were inherently inferior, you wouldn't have to keep oppressing us. You wouldn't have to keep proving it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to use violence, and you would have to use rape and physical violence and emotional violence and wage disparity and economic violence and all these things. You wouldn't have to use those things to keep us suppressed.
Right.
And it's exacerbated in our communities, right? Across the board, we have higher rates of everything. Higher rates of domestic violence, higher rates of fatal domestic violence, higher rates of sexual assault, higher rates of all these things. Because there's this hyperbolic interpretation of manhood that so many brothers are trying to embody. This is why I only want to talk to men that can divest of that bullshit.
Yeah.
I like my men with a little bitch in them, because I don't.
You
got to have a little bitch in you.
Right,
You can't be that.
Right.
Go paint your fingernails or something. I need the wrist to be a little limp.
Just a slight
Just
bit.
a little bit. Just let me know.
Yeah.
That to go get your suit tailored, because it's not gonna fit your body. Well, that's all I'm saying, Dr. I'm just I need the men who have looked at masculinity as we known it and have divested of it and said, I don't want that. My masculinity, my manhood is for me to design, not by some capitalist, racist, patriarchal, sexist, misogynistic, classist, ableist kind of standard.
Yeah.
The man that I am is going to be whoever I want, because true liberation comes from me being whatever kind of man I want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Dr. Hall?
Yes, being able to
How
challenge.
far along in that journey do you think that you are? Do you feel like you have done some of that work to divest of some of this bullshit?
Oh, absolutely. I think I've had to, being how I am. Like I'm in a all women career field. It wasn't always that way, but I've chosen pathways that are pretty non-traditional myself, but in part because to me, so much of what men would aspire to just didn't make sense to me. I came from a very matriarchal, my mom's side of the family is a very matriarchal family. Actually, both sides are in their own ways, but it made me question this idea that the men are always supposed to be in charge and that they're where the real power lies, that there is an opportunity to be the type of man who understands that there is something to protect in a family, but also that it doesn't have to be such a strong hierarchy, that you can essentially you share the responsibility of this journey in life.
Can a woman also protect her family? As a woman, as a woman who owns guns and I'm 6 feet tall, I'm a larger woman, I know how to shoot, I am, fiercely protective and defensive of my son. Why does somebody think that I can't, if I choose to be with a man, that I can't also protect him? Why are we not trying to protect each other? Why are we not working together to protect each other, to walk alongside each other, to protect our kids together, to protect our home together? Why is it that the man is the one who's supposed to do that? When in history have men ever been successful at that?
I mean, we just say we were
outside of destroying entire countries, villages, when have men been successful with that?
Outside of colonizing,
So,
but that means we control the narrative.
Right. And so I think I brought up this example because, guys, I like to have a little more extended, kind of conversation. I thank you all for being with me through this, but this folds into all of what we're seeing here in this country as well, right? This is the plague of patriarchy. This is these white men specifically, but it's also other men that are, falling in line with this shit. Almost one in four Black men voted for Trump, right? So
One
it's
too
and
many.
that's growing, right?
Yeah.
So it folds into this idea that they're really pushing us towards that women are to be unseen. They're supposed to be in the home. They're supposed to be making babies. Men are supposed to be leading. They're supposed to be making money, supposed to be doing all these things. Very regressive. And they resent that women are saying, absolutely not. By and large, even conservative women are just like, no, that's not what we're doing.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like, we're not, that's, no.
Hence the
It's
trad
got to
life
be
thing,
another
but
way.
yeah.
Right. It's got to be another way. They're trying to force this, and they're becoming resentful that women aren't falling in line to it. So
Yeah.
I just think that we should expect more violence. We should expect more drastic measures to suppress women. Black women, especially this year, have seen that they won't hire us. Like, they're not hiring us. Just send out some positive energy, y'all. I'm about to have a third interview for a position, but I'm just seeing Black women left and right.
Yeah, no,
Black
no.
women,
A lot of them
Black
lost their
women
jobs
with
this year.
with so much experience, so much education, so talented, they're just not hiring Black women. And this is intentional. And part of it is because they're afraid of what will happen if they hire too many of us. Will they lose their funding? Will they get sanctions? Will they come under scrutiny?
Right.
And things like that. So Black women especially are under attack. But women in general also, I'm seeing a lot of white women can't get jobs either, right?
Yeah.
So they're not hiring us. We are under attack. They want us to be in the home. They want us to be unable to live by themselves. The fact that I live in this house by myself, they hate that. They want me to lose enough money that I'm forced to move in with a man or find a man to combine to go live with.
You're thinking too high of yourself. You got all that space for yourself.
Not realizing that I go live with my homegirls before I do that.
You're gonna
I go live in my daddy's house before I go do that. You know, but that's what they're pushing it towards. And so when we see situations like this, I looked into this woman, this was one of the whistleblowers. This is an accomplished woman. This is an educated woman. This woman was forced out and suppressed. And this is happening everywhere. It's not just these white supremacists in the office. This is happening across sectors. And for so long, Black women have been silenced, especially within our own institutions, because these are like in-house matters, right? We're supposed to be working this out amongst ourselves. We're not supposed to let the white people see.
Yeah.
But that's slowly killing Black women. And so I just wanted to bring that out there and put that out there, because this is all part of the same thing. And we just have so many fronts that we're fighting on and so many things to think about. And I appreciate you indulging me, Dr. Hall.
Oh, hey.
Dr. Hall, your hair seems like it got longer.
It has gotten longer. I've been combing it out.
Hey,
So,
shout out to you. You're a revolutionary afro.
Yeah. So
We love it. Chat, put a one in the chat if you like his afro, because we need it to grow bigger.
I'm gonna get it trimmed a little
Get
bit.
a little shape, get a little shape up a little bit.
Shape.
Yeah. You're giving Cornell West, and we don't.
Am I got a little kind of West thing going? Yeah.
Yeah, just a little moisturizer in there, just kind of.
Yeah. It's been a long day. I put it in this morning. But
Okay. So thank you, everybody. I'm back. We're back. We're doing this. If you loved what you heard today, if you endured what you support it, whatever you want to throw a couple $5, $10 at the Cash App or the Venmo.
Support the Cash App.
Definitely the other way.
By the way, I support the Cash App.
Yes. And then we'll definitely appreciate that. I do have a mortgage to pay. I do have a car note to pay. I do have tuition to pay. I do all these things.
A kid in college.
Yesterday I had a great workshop for Dr. King Day. It was wonderful. Some of you were there.
Really good time.
I really loved it. You were there, Dr. Hall. I think I did a pretty decent job. If you registered for some reason and you couldn't access it or whatever, you should go and click the link again. If you can't, just send me a message or send me an email and I'll send you a link. I'm actually going to send out an email to everybody, but it's still there. It's unlisted. And I'm going to make it public next week. But it was a great teach-in, a great workshop. So I think, and I'm also, guys, I'm going to be doing for Black History Month, I'm going to be doing a 4-part series. I will have that information on my website. I will post it on Patreon. I'll post it online so you guys can go on my Facebook, everything. So you guys can register. You can register for the whole series. You can register for individual classes. I'm still working out what I want to do. I definitely want to know one is going to be like unsung women of the of African American history. One is going to be unsung queer history. So I'm going to be doing, just a series of things, and you guys will be able to come in and get some education next month, because we know that they're going to attack Black History Month from every corner. So I'm going to do my part as a doctor of African American studies to keep this knowledge going. That's what I want to do. Public scholarship is everything, and I love it. I appreciate you all so very much, and I will see you all next time. Be good. Make sure that you love on each other. Remember that our mantra, I believe that I will win. I love you all with the love of my ancestors. I love you all with the love of revolution, true revolution, not this new Black Panther bullshit, but I love you all with the love of true revolution. I love you all with the love of my family, my community, and my Blackness, which is now more apparent because I went and got some sun. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Be good.